Hey guys, this is Brandon's Baseball Blogs. Literally, sorry for the less content this week. Literally, I had a family emergency. My mom was recovering in the hospital. I can't explain why, but she was recovering. She's better. She's back home. So I'm glad that she's back. And now we're going to get back on track for the sports interviews with my friend Randy, Will, everyone else. We're going to also talk about, I'm trying to remember, but we're going to talk about Alex Verdugo signing with the Atlanta Braves, and my honest opinion on that is literally Alex Verdugo, honestly, is a great player. He has great energy. He brought the Yankees to the World Series with Soto, with Judge, Stanton, Torres, LeMahieu, Rizzo, and Jazz Chisholm, Jason Dominguez, and honestly, Verdugo was honestly really a great defensive player. He dominated for the Yankees, and my honest opinion on Verdugo is that literally it's insane. My honest opinion, it's a little crazy that Verdugo, it took him that long till today to sign a contract. I'm like, give him a contract, at least 2 years or something, to see if he does well. Because he had 13 home runs this year, and he still had a really good season. He helped us win the get to the World Series. Not win. He helped us get to the World Series. He helped us at least try to come back. And he deserves a chance to win a World Series. And he signed with the Braves. Honestly, it's a good deal because the Braves are a really great team. Verdugo, honestly, is a really great player. And me and Randy are going to also talk about the John Cena, Cody Rhodes segment. We're going to talk about how John Cena's heel run is doing good and what he said, and honestly, and what the fans thought about it, and about the fans booing him like crazy. And we're going to also talk about the players of baseball saying how much they love wrestling and what the video games they played, and like how they played Mario and Sonic Olympics 2014, 2020. And we're going to also talk about their love for Super Mario Bros., Mario Kart, and the players loving video games. And we're going to talk about the football signings that have happened. And here's my friend Randy to talk about all this. Here's my friend Randy.
What's up?
And we're back to the usual sports interviews. So, what do you think?
It's insane how
Alex Verdugo?
and how players like to play video games and shit. It's like insane.
And what is your thought of what they liked?
It's kind of cool. Like I didn't expect them to like WWE games. It's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Kind of cool about that. Yeah.
And what do you think of it that we're finally back to doing the regular sports interviews after a crazy week with my mom and everything?
It feels better to be back doing sports interviews. It's kind of crazy not doing them.
Yeah, and I'm glad that she's feeling better. And what do you think of how long it took for Alex Verdugo to sign a contract, and how teams weren't just giving him a contract until today?
It's kind of insane that they just gave him a contract today.
It means he's not going to be ready for the season. He's going to need at least 2 weeks of spring training. Means he'll miss the part of the season. What do you think of that?
Yeah. It's just insane.
And what do you think of it that the Braves are going to give him 2 weeks to play in spring training and get ready, but it means 1 year, $5.8 million, after he helped the Yankees get to the World Series last year and almost win.
I felt like the Yankees should have re-signed him.
Yeah. And what do you think of that, of Verdugo? Even though he had a little bit of a down year, but he still had really great energy and he brought the team back and everything.
It's insane.
And what do you think of the players saying how they grew up playing Mario Kart, Mario Party, Super Mario Bros., Super Luigi Bros. U, Mario and Sonic Olympics 2018, 2014, 2020 Olympics, and from Nintendo and WWE.
It's insane.
And what is your favorite video game that these players have talked about? Your favorite.
I like WWE. I like sports like Madden, NBA 2K24, 25. I have some horror games.
Yeah. And what do you think of the how Nintendo has brought these games and how and also there was breaking news today from the Seattle Mariners, if you didn't know. The Seattle Mariners and Nintendo are going to be sponsoring the Mariners, and the Mariners will have the Nintendo Switch logo on their jersey patch for the season to sponsor Nintendo. What is your thought on that?
Well, it's kind of cool how some teams have
Sorry, Rainey, we couldn't hear you.
It's kind of cool how certain teams have patches. Like, I think the Padres have Motorola on their jerseys, and because the NBA they had that sponsor. So like the teams have sponsors with the jerseys like on their patches.
That's true. That's true. And what do you think of the Mariners having the Nintendo Switch logo on their patch to sponsor them this year during the season?
That would be cool to see that.
And what do you think of this? That there are some pitchers that are going to be out with an injury for early in the season, but then come back. But still, the teams have so much depth in it.
It's insane.
And what do you think of the Dodgers and the Cubs Tokyo series that ended up in a 2-game sweep for the Dodgers, and how Japan honored Babe Ruth and all the superstars they sent from Japan to play in baseball, in Major League Baseball, and how the Dodgers and Cubs fought until the very last inning and last out, and how the Dodgers won 4-1 and they won 6-3 in the next game, and literally how Ohtani hit a home run, how Freddie Freeman missed those 2 games because of right knee discomfort, and how the Dodgers said they're going to just keep him out until the early opening day, which is next week on Thursday.
Insane. They should just bench him until he's fully recovered.
And what do you think of it that they're doing that they're benching Freddie Freeman until opening day, which he'll be better by then?
That's kind of good, but Ohtani, they should bench him till he's officially cleared. They shouldn't let him hit.
True. And what do you think of how the Cubs kept fighting back with offense and defense and pitching?
It's kind of good because that's what you need.
Yeah, and what did you think of the Japanese matchup? It was Yoshi Yamamoto versus Umaga.
That was kind of good. I'm not gonna lie.
And it was Roki Sasaki versus somebody else. I can't remember who. But what do you think of that Japanese matchup they had?
Insane.
And what did you think of it, though, in general? That Mookie Betts wasn't able to play in the series because in the 2-game series, and how fans are loving it, and how the fans saying they want MLB to keep doing this. Early 2 opening days for 2 teams to go to a foreign country to play. To bring baseball.
Japan is a great country. They love baseball.
That's true. And what did you think of this? That we're 1 week away from opening day.
It came so fast.
It's the season ended already.
I'm shocked that it came so fast. I didn't expect like the baseball season to start so fast.
Like we were with football.
Yeah, my Eagles just like I'm just happy for my Eagles. So like, if you notice, I'm wearing my second favorite team. I'm wearing my Aaron Rodgers Jets jersey. But I'm waiting for my Eagles Super Bowl championship hat to come. So I'm happy about that.
Cool.
It says March 26th or April 1st on April Fools.
That's cool.
I have a feeling in that package is gonna be like, oh, we're sorry, but your hat did not come, and then it's gonna say April Fools.
That'd be funny. And what do you think of the football moves that have happened?
Dude, it's insane. Darius Slay from the Eagles went to another team. Sweat went to another team. It's just insane how the Eagles turned out to be championship contenders. But I'm not gonna lie, they did good moves. They freaking extended Barkley, which that was a smart move. But if you look at it, the Giants just picked up an Eagles player, and they gave that player the contract that Barkley wanted that they would not give to Barkley, which that's like a big F you to his face. So you know what I gotta say? F you Giants. You should have just extended Barkley's contract and gave him what he wants, but you gave that Eagles player because the Eagles were a freaking championship team. But what are you gonna do when you give that contract to that player? What if he doesn't give you the plain things that you need, but you're gonna give him that contract because he's entitled?
True, and plus, you don't know if he's going to stay healthy.
Exactly. How do you know that player's gonna stay healthy?
True. And what do you think of the other moves that have happened in football?
It's just insane.
And what did you think of the Eagles in 2024 and for the Super Bowl win?
Dude, I did not expect the Eagles to. So I did expect the Eagles, but I did not expect the moves that they made. Okay, so if you look at it, so the reason why the Chiefs did not win because they they just got offense. They didn't pick defense players.
And how good was their defense?
The Chiefs were not good, but the Eagles was the second top defense.
True. And you were saying about the Eagles?
So I feel like the Eagles may be Super Bowl contenders next season,
Mm-hmm.
but it depends.
True. My honest opinion on the Dodgers Cubs series, with the Tokyo series being coming opening day for them for 2 days, yesterday and Tuesday. It was honestly a really good series. The Dodgers, Cubs, two historic franchises, and I honestly think MLB should continue doing this. And the Dodgers swept the Cubs. They're going into the season 2-0. And honestly, the Cubs are a great team. They really fought the Dodgers. And that pitching matchup between Imaga and Yamamoto and Roshi Sasaki honestly was a really good matchup. And Otani hit a home run. Honestly, the Dodgers did a good job in keeping Mookie Betts healthy after having the stomach virus that he had and missing that series, and Freddie Freeman being shut down because he had the right knee discomfort. Honestly, it was a really good thing that the Dodgers and the Cubs handled their players that had injuries. And honestly, it was awesome seeing Matt Shaw make his major league debut in the major leagues. It was honestly so cool to see that. Honestly, the Cubs, Dodgers, Tokyo series was awesome. And seeing that the Tokyo series honored Babe Ruth and all the Japanese superstars coming into baseball, that was honestly the best thing they did. And let's hope baseball continues this. I love you guys. We are 1 week away from Major League Baseball opening day. Now, me and my friend Randy are going to talk about the whole John Cena Cody Rhodes segment that happened on Raw, and about the Judgment Day on how Finn and Dominic almost got into a fight, and how that's becoming a little toxic between the Judgment Day. And we're going to also talk about the Jey Uso fight and how he intimidated Gunther. We're going to talk about that and everything else. And here's my friend Randy to talk about it. But also, my opinion, John Cena, literally, it shocked me to hear what he said and how his heel run is going so good. But literally, my opinion is that John Cena and the Cody Rhodes segment was really great. And how I loved it where Cody Rhodes said, I don't want this whiny little And then literally John Cena was like just staring at him, listening. And he's like, okay, listen, kid. And he's like, don't call me kid. Call me WWE champion. And honestly, I thought it was cool that John Cena reaction was like just a frown face. And literally how his heel run is going so good. I was shocked to hear all the boos for him. I was very shocked. And also Cody Rhodes saying, I want to fight the real John Cena, not this John Cena at WrestleMania 41. And how he was looking forward to every segment with John Cena. And honestly, my opinion on Jey Uso imitating Gunther, my opinion is it was awesome seeing Jey Uso beat Austin Theory, and now you get to see Jey Uso with a mystery partner on who we think is going to be Jey Uso's tag team partner against Austin Theory and Grayson Waller. And how we're going to also talk about how, my honest opinion, Jey Uso intimidating Gunther, literally, that was awesome seeing him do that, because literally Gunther is going crazy after Jey. And how we're going to see Jey Uso beat Gunther at WrestleMania 41, and how literally The Rock has control over John Cena. And we're going to also talk about how Drew keeps attacking Damian Priest, and how we're going to see Seth Rollins and CM Punk and Roman Reigns on SmackDown tomorrow night, and how we're going to see that. And my honest opinion, the Seth Rollins calling out Roman Reigns, calling out CM Punk, literally, and saying he'll be on SmackDown to call them out, my honest opinion, that was cinema, seeing Seth Rollins doing that and talking about and calling out Roman Reigns for interfering with his match with CM Punk. This rivalry with Punk and Rollins is awesome. And seeing this rivalry with Punk and Rollins versus Roman Reigns, honestly, it's so good. Here's my friend Randy to talk about it. So, Randy, what do you think about the John Cena Cody Rhodes segment on Monday Night Raw? And I see you have your undisputed championship belt.
The champ is here. The champ is in pain, but
So, what do you think of the Cody Rhodes John Cena segment?
okay, I have. At least he got what he wanted.
Sorry, we can't hear you.
At least he got what he wanted. He wanted his answers. He wanted answers why John did that. Did that to him at Elimination Chamber, and I feel like the whole segment was really good. I really expect the heel turn as Dr. Thugonomics, because that's what he was when he was a heel turn.
Yeah.
And I really, because like I saw a video, a theme of John Cena as a heel turn, so everybody thought like, oh, he's gonna have a song change or a color change on his shirts or something, and then he says, oh, that song is me on that song. I created that song. You don't deserve a color change on my t-shirts that you posers are wearing. Yeah, you're wearing my t-shirt. You're wearing my stuff. Like, I did not expect that. and just to see kids in the crowd being so like shocked and disappointed, like what the heck is going on with my hero? But John Cena, this is going to you. I don't disrespect you. I have loyalty, hustle, and respect to you. I'm used to have your T-shirt from your WrestleMania run when you were facing the Miz before you had the red Fruity Pebbles shirt type ish.
I remember
where
that.
I had the purple, yellow, and white shirt. I had the wrist. That was when he was feuding with the Nexus. Actually, that was a good feud. I like that feud with the Nexus with Wade Barrett,
Yeah.
Justin Gabriel, Heath Slater, David Ortunga, Bray Wyatt before he was Bray Wyatt, when he was Husky Harris, before CM Punk took over. That was a good storyline where these wrestlers got their names up.
True.
But like I expected John Cena to have a heel run again because he hadn't had a heel run since he was Dr. Thugonomics. But he was also Dr. Thugonomics' baby face, but that was a good face too. But I feel like this heel run is one of his best heel runs that he's ever gonna have. And I feel like if he has this heel run as WWE champion, not only he's gonna break the record of Ric Flair, he's gonna have the last greatest run as the 17-time world champion and as a retirement wrestler. And then I can see him going to the Hall of Fame. Because here's my point of view. Roman Reigns made this title something for 300 executive days.
And he was champion for 1,318 days.
Yeah, so, and that's over 3 fucking years. Excuse my language, but that's 3 whole years. main eventing after main eventing after main eventing after main eventing. So like, he put so much in the WWE, even with the leukemia, even fighting leukemia, which, if you don't know what leukemia is, people, it's a disease where it's something in the blood of your body where, like, it's where you have to take so much time and effort off of your work, and then you have to get recommissioned.
Yep.
So if you look at it, like, Roman Reigns had to leave the WWE from leukemia from the first time with the Shield being brought back in 2017, 2018.
Yeah.
And then that's when Dean Ambrose, aka Jon Moxley, which Dean Ambrose is Jon Moxley on AEW, which he's having a good run with the AEW World title. But not a lot of fans like him as AEW Championship, so they feel like Adam Copeland, aka Edge, the Rated R Superstar from WWE, should have been AEW World Champion. But dude, that match was insane. Where Adam Copeland suplexed Jon Moxley, aka Dean Ambrose from the Shield, onto a spike of nails, and the spike of nails on a piece of plywood was in Jon Moxley's back.
True. And what did you think of John? What do you think John Cena's last match should be? Because he's retiring in December.
Okay, I feel like that would be a great match. Because, okay, so December of this year. So I feel like he will have a run with the WWE Championship until December, until his last match, or maybe, just listen. He'll say, you know what? I'll wait till the last WrestleMania of this year and defend and drop the torch to whoever with the undisputed WWE Championship to whoever.
And who do you think it will be against? Randy Orton or CM Punk?
Someone in the front group is going to hate me for saying this, but I feel like it should be CM Punk because CM Punk has not main event at WrestleMania, and I feel like they should push CM Punk and main event WrestleMania. and it should be none other than John Cena, his arch nemesis at Money in the Bank for the WWE Championship when it was CM Punk and John Cena.
True.
I mean, don't get me wrong. John Cena had so many good feuds with Randy Orton and CM Punk. Don't get me wrong. I love all the feuds he had with Randy Orton and CM Punk, but you cannot, despite the freaking okay. I love the match with CM Punk and John Cena because the same thing with every superstar. Like, okay, like it's with any sports athlete, whatever. Your contract expired, so like you don't know if you're gonna resign. You don't know where you're gonna sign with, whatever. CM Punk walked out of Money in the Bank with WWE Championship, and then the kiss of death goodbye, and then walked out of the arena with the WWE Championship when it was the scratch logo of the spinner title.
Yeah.
I would not imagine if John Cena wins the WWE Championship and tries to push a fucking spinner title. That would be insane.
Yeah.
The States title, he had the spinner title with the WWE Championship. But I don't think they're going to do that again because they had to get rid of the scratch logo with the WWE spinner, and they're not going to make another design with the WWE title. So, like, until the company says, okay, we need to get a new strap, new belt, new title, whatever. Like,
and what do you think of Seth Rollins calling out Roman Reigns for interfering in his match with CM Punk and how he's going to meet with Roman Reigns Punk on SmackDown tomorrow night?
Hey, Seth, I'm calling you out like I called you out at WrestleMania 30. When you try to give me a fist bump, when I fist bump Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose, when I called you a sellout. Don't freaking double cross the tribal chief. You already double crossed him as the Shield member. Why do you think John Moxley just double crossed you as the Shield when the Shield broke up twice? So, hey, crybaby, you got lucky that Roman didn't curb stomp you on the steel steps when you curb stomped him not once but twice. So, if you want to find me, I'm in Long Island, New York, in Deer Park, so I'm not that hard to find. I work at a freaking local McDonald's in Deer Park. So I'm not that hard to find. I'm just a freaking white gringo that works at McDonald's and I'm pulling 300-pound carts by myself with scoliosis.
And what do you think of Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns and Punk meeting on SmackDown?
Okay, there's gonna be a triple threat at WrestleMania, so it's gonna be a good match. Roman's gonna be on top. He's gonna like WrestleMania with Daniel Bryan and Edge, Radar Superstar Adam Copeland. I'm gonna stack them and clap them. So you're gonna get clapped and stacked by Roman Reigns like he did to Daniel Bryan and Edge, aka Adam Copeland on AEW. So all I have to say is the ones.
And what do you think of Roman interfering with the match, though?
I mean, Seth had it coming. So, like, it was either he was going to attack CM Punk and make Punk win, or he was going to attack Seth Rollins, the crybaby, who lost his world title to freaking Drew McIntyre at WrestleMania when he double crossed Roman Reigns at WrestleMania and teamed up with freaking Cody Rhodes. Which, Cody, I love you. You are awesome. You're awesome as WWE champion. I just wish Roman was still champion, but like you're doing an amazing run with the WWE Championship. So I love you, Cody. I love you as the champion, but I hate you, Solo. I do not love you,
Solo. And what do you think is going to happen? Do you think Punk's going to start calling out Roman, or do you think Roman's going to call out Rollins and Punk?
Because I feel like it's either going to be Punk or Seth, because Seth said he was going to call out Roman at SmackDown, but I feel like it's more going to be like Punk because, Punk got Superman punched by Roman when the Wise Man was like comforting Punk after the loss because, Punk got screwed out of that steel cage. Like, yes, I wanted CM Punk to beat Seth Rollins the first match on the Netflix showcase when it was the first time and first ever with Punk and Seth freaking Rollins. Which, Seth, I freaking can't stand you. Yes, you're the first. Yes, you're the first Shield member to win the WWE Championship. But who was the first Shield member to relinquish the WWE Championship after you tore your freaking knee, and then you couldn't carry the company on your back anymore because you had the pressure against you?
True. And what do you think of this? Of Roman calling out Seth and Punk and giving that look to Paul Heyman, like saying, "What are you doing, wise man? You're my wise man."
See, because okay, there was so many Paul Heyman guys. There was Brock Lesnar, there was CM Punk, there was Curtis Axel, there was Ryback, and then now Roman Reigns.
Yep.
And then a little bit of Brock Lesnar before the WrestleMania feud with Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns, which we don't talk about Brock Lesnar. No, no, no.
That's true. And what do you think of Roman's look towards Paul Heyman?
Oh, he already knew. He already gave him the look. He's like, oh, I'm fucking coming in.
And he's like, "Why are you talking to him?"
Well, because CM Punk was originally a Paul Heyman guy, which I don't blame Paul Heyman going to the CM Punk, because CM Punk and Paul Heyman are friends in real life.
True.
And then also Roman and Paul Heyman are friends in real life because Paul has friendships with the MYE family, which is the Samoan dynasty family of wrestling. Which
Yeah.
RIP to Roman's father, Sika. It was too soon for him, but he's in a better place. And respects to you, my tribal chief. I love you, my tribal chief.
True.
If you need a wise man, call me. I would do anything to be in the WWE. I wish I was a WWE superstar, and that was one of my dreams, besides playing football or basketball. So it would be a dream job to work for the tribal chief and putting up the ones.
That's true. And hold on, I'm trying to remember. What did you think of it that Seth said, "I'm gonna come over to SmackDown to deal with the two guys that I hate the most, Punk and Roman."
Roman, my tribal chief, if you need me to come to SmackDown and be a single hand for you, I'll smack the dog shit out of Seth freaking Rollins for you. And I'll wear my my Roman Reigns gauntlets, and I'll smack the triple dog shit out of Seth Rollins for you. As my love for you, my tribal chief.
So, what do you think of Drew and Priest keep attacking each other?
Okay.
And they're both on SmackDown.
Okay, let's get down to the chase. Okay, so from the Elimination Chamber, Damian Priest eliminated Drew McIntyre, which was a really cool part. And then Drew cost Damian Priest the match of the Elimination Chamber. And then I believe Damian was trying to get a spot of a championship match on WrestleMania, and Drew cost that chiz.
Yep, after Damian eliminated him, and Drew freaked out.
So here's the thing: I love Drew. I have his first Elite as the Chosen One from 2009, when he was chosen by the person we do not talk about because of the whole trafficking scandal, and he's doing a lot of serious chiz right now in laws and stuff, which is the former chairman. That's all I can say. But the chairman chose him as the future world champion. Which, don't get me wrong, Drew had multiple good matches with the Intercontinental title, the tag titles as 3B with Heath Slater, Jinder Mahal, and that was a good segment, the 3B. That's where it led to him being released, rehabilitate himself. He went to Ring of Honor, TNA Impact, and he won the World Heavyweight title of TNA, the Grand Slam champion of TNA, and then he left TNA, went back to WWE, went to NXT, won the NXT title against, who was it? It was Bobby Roode, and then he got attacked by Adam Cole after he won the match, and then he got called up back to the main roster, and then he won the tag titles with Dolph Ziggler, which now Dolph Ziggler is now called Nick Nemeth, which is his actual legal name. as his birth name given rights. And then it was also, they called themselves the Dogs of War, so it was like, it was Nick Nemeth, aka Dolph Ziggler, Drew McIntyre, Braun Strowman, and they were feuding with the Shield. And then that's when Braun Strowman won the Money in the Bank briefcase, and then Drew McIntyre and Dolph Ziggler, aka Nick Nemeth, was the Raw Tag Team titles, and they were versing Seth Rollins, Dean Ambrose, aka Jon Moxley, and they had feuds at Hell in a Cell, and then Dolph Ziggler had a feud with Seth Rollins for the Intercontinental title in 3 something falls, and also Drew actually cost Seth that match. That's why I call you the crybaby, Seth. You call yourself the architect, but you got screwed by the freaking chosen one, the Scottish psychopath, the Scottish warrior, multiple times.
True. And what do you think of Damian Priest trying to make a run for himself without the Judgment Day?
So I love Damian Priest in the Judgment Day. The Judgment Day is not chiz without Damian Priest and Rhea Ripley, which Rhea, congratulations with you and Buddy Murphy, aka Buddy Matthews from AEW. Hopefully your husband will come back to the WWE so you don't have to worry about him being on rival companies. I know how hard it is that you have to be in separate, companies, and then the only time you get to see your husband is at home. So I understand your feelings and how you feel. Like, Buddy Murphy was a really great WWE superstar. I feel like WWE's just, made poor statements and poor decisions of getting rid of certain WWE superstars. Like, Ruby Soho was Ruby Riott of the Riot Squad. Congratulations to you of being a mother, giving birth. I'm so happy for you. Outstanding. Just get healthy from your recovery of your pregnancy and get back to the ring, because I know there's going to be a lot of ring rust from coming back, like how Alexa Bliss had a pregnancy and then got back to WWE. But I have to say, Alexa Bliss coming back from pregnancy, she did not lose her freaking skills. So I don't think Ruby Soho, aka Ruby Riott from Riot Squad, is going to lose her ring skills from just being gone for 9 months and just recovering from pregnancy.
Yeah, and what do you think of this? Of Rhea Ripley signing that contract instead of Bianca and Io.
Oh my God! So Adam Pearce, are you high or freaking stupid? Rhea got screwed out of her women's world championship, so you should let her be in that match. Just let Mommy Rhea go in that match and get her title back.
And what did you think of how Io and Bianca and Rhea were fighting? Like, just put them all in a triple threat match at WrestleMania.
Okay, so if you look at it with the Edge and the Daniel Bryan and the Roman Reigns match at WrestleMania at the Tampa Bay Buccaneer Stadium.
Yep.
So it was only supposed to be Edge and Roman because Edge won the Royal Rumble that year.
Yeah.
And then Daniel Bryan was like, baby, Daniel Bryan, I got screwed. I got screwed out of Fastlane. I got screwed because of Edge. But you got what you want, and you still lost.
Yeah.
So I feel like, Rhea did the smart thing and signed the contract because she got screwed out of her match, and she didn't even get a rematch.
True.
She's not getting a rematch, so her rematch should be at Mania.
True.
But if you look at it, I can never disrespect Daniel Bryan, the American Dragon. He had amazing, outstanding matches in WWE before he was on WWE, when he was on Ring of Honor, and then he went to AEW, which his contract was up, and he wanted to retire as a wrestler, and he at least won his last world championship in a different company, but it's like he lost it too soon.
So, Randy, what do you think of this last segment we're going to talk about? It was the match between, at Fastlane, I think it was 2023, or about John Cena and LA Knight, the young superstar, with the legend, the GOAT, John Cena, teaming up with LA Knight, the megastar, versus Solo Sikoa and Jimmy Uso at Fastlane.
Okay, I love John. I love him. He's the greatest. But the first greatest is Roman because he's held the freaking title for more than 1,000 days.
1,318 days, to be exact.
And that's the longest that anybody held, a main title in WWE history after Bruno Sammartino. But John Cena is going to be a 17-time world champion, which is going to be okay. I think so. Okay, I would love to see scratch that. I would not. I would say if I could see John Cena's last match and pass the torch to, he's not Randy Orton because Randy Orton is going to have a longer year in WWE if he stays healthy and does not injure himself more. But CM Punk, yes, I would like to see him main event in WrestleMania. But what would be greater to see as John Cena's last match and he passed the torch, as everybody's saying it, L.A. Knight.
Yeah.
But I would say if he had to pass the torch, would be L.A. Knight because, okay, so L.A. Knight had greatest matches with the Bloodline against Roman Reigns and got screwed by the Bloodline.
At Crown Jewel.
That's why he had to have a match with the Bloodline with a tag team partner. So it was supposed to be AJ Styles, but AJ Styles got injured. So they had to make a replacement. So who lined up and agreed to it? John Cena
and LA Knight.
Well, John Cena accepted the approval to be his partner. So
yeah,
LA Knight was already in the match. So he needed a partner. So John Cena took the initiative and just took that initiative and just.
Well, John Cena needed a partner, and LA Knight came in and just signed it and saved John from Solo.
Oh yeah,
and
because
Jimmy.
it was supposed to be AJ Styles, but so AJ Styles got attacked by Solo Sikoa, so
and Jimmy Uso.
And Jimmy Uso because he was doing the OC gimmick, which the WWE doesn't want to talk about the gimmick. The reason why of the gimmick is because AJ Styles, when he was a TNA original. No one knows that AJ Styles was a WWE original because he was part of the WCW situation. So he was doing a tryout for the WCW, and he didn't pass the WCW term, so he went to TNA, aka NWO, and he was a TNA original. And then his contract expired with TNA, so he went to New Japan Wrestling, and he started to a faction called the Bullet Club. So the thing is, Tama Tonga and Tama Loa was actually part of that faction of the Bullet Club. So that's why someone in our friend group was saying Tama Tonga and Tama Loa was a danger to the NYA family. So that's why, our friend is saying that's why the WWE never signed them, because they were like a in state of a danger environment. But now seeing Tama Tonga, Tama Loa, and Jacob Fatu, now is a great situation to see. Okay, let's see what they can do. So I can see Roman Reigns versus Jacob Fatu because they did not have a one-on-one match. I would love to see that one-on-one match.
So Randy, what did you think of the match at Fastlane? LA Knight, yeah, John Cena versus Jimmy Uso and Solo.
I thought it was a good match.
And what did you think of it? It was LA Knight, the superstar, joining teams with the GOAT.
I thought it was a good pick.
And what did you think of it when it was Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso and they won the tag team titles?
Okay, so I feel so Jey Uso, Jimmy Uso, they're fraternal twins, okay?
Yeah.
So they're I think they're fraternal identical twins. So yes, I feel like Jimmy had the right to cost Jay the Intercontinental title against Gunther and also cost him the tag titles because they were supposed to do that together, and he won it with another person. So, like, yeah, Jimmy was jealous of Jay winning a tag title with another person, which is Cody Rhodes, that was going against their bloodline, and Cody's not part of the bloodline. But getting back to Jimmy and Jay and LA Knight and John Cena, that match was really good. I give it a 10-star match because there's only a 5-star match in WWE. But if they had a 10-star match, I would give that match a 10-star match because you can't have a WWE match without John Cena. Like,
True.
yeah, John Cena was out for a while because he was doing movies and he's in Hollywood and stuff.
And he's a good actor and he's a good leader.
And he's a good locker room leader. So, like, I would never say John Cena is a bad person because he may be having a heel run.
Yeah.
But, like, his heel run is really good right now.
True. And I do want to thank you for doing this sports interview.
You're welcome.
Plus, this will be on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok.
Don't forget to punch that notification button, subscribe, and like. And if you like more sports content, come holler at us again. Chee-hoo!